What the United States government did was shameful, and I am sorry.
We have no idea how many wives, girlfriends, children inherited the disease and also died or were forever crippled by its effects.
For 40 years, the U.S. government-operated public health service conducted what was known as the Tuskegee Syphilis Study, one of the darkest chapters in American history. Now, over 40 years after the study ended, we still don't know, and might never know, the full extent of its effects. And the study might have continued if not for a 1972 article from Associated Press reporter Jean Heller.
Everyone who knew about this, to my way of thinking, everyone who knew about this and didn't blow the whistle, that didn't shout to high heaven, "This is wrong," is culpable.
Syphilis was considered a national health crisis in the early 20th century.
You don't know a thing about syphilis, except that you've got it.
And many doctors at the time thought syphilis and other medical complications were affected by race. To study the disease, researchers found a population of poor, black, syphilitic sharecroppers in and around Tuskegee, Alabama during the Great Depression. Nearly 400 of the participants had syphilis, while another 200, the control group, did not. In the end, as many as 100 men died from complications related to untreated syphilis, and the message was very clear. Black deaths mattered.
Medical doctors deliberately let them die, wanted them to die.
We have been black, powerless people for 400 years. I've seen people boxed in, black children, in Harlem of New York. I've seen people boxed in, black people, in Chicago, Illinois, in the slums, with the babies sick, rats eating on the babies. So what we mean by black power is we mean to have not only black political power, but black economic power, to have a voice in the educational system, that our kids will know, not only the black kids, but the white kids should know the kind of contribution that have been made by black people throughout this country. We want to determine some of our destiny. And this is what black power means. We want to have something to say about our destiny.
We suffer from a plantation mentality. I want to take it back to slavery. On the plantation, we all working. Cotton, rum, indigo, whatever the slave master got us doing. We out there working, sunrise to sunset, dying, breaking our backs. Once a year, the slave master would free one of us. Only one. And do you know how you got in a position for your slave master to recognize you and potentially offer you a meritorious manumission? By telling on me. In other words, you had to expose the brother who's trying to run away. You had to expose the brother sneaking off to see his wife late at night on another plantation. But they only allow 1 or 2 their freedom every year. But it's 1,000 on the plantation. So when you go through this after 20 generations or 400 years, you begin to believe that only 1 or 2 blacks can make it at a time. I want you to see why the jealousy is so intense. So when they see Aristotle doing this thing, coming from this conditioned plantation mentality, do you know what a lot of brothers think when they see you? They say, okay, I'm jealous of him. I got to replace him. Why you got to replace him? Not physical replacement, but in terms of success, I got to outdo him. Why? Why can't you join him? Why can't you work with him? Why can't you collaborate with him? Because we were trained on the plantation that only 1 or 2 can make it at a time. So when we see another black man making it, when I see Aristotle doing this thing, do you know what comes into my mind? I got to replace him or I got to erase him because there's no room for me. Who said there's no room for you? There's enough room for all of us. But because we've been hypnotized by the slave master, we believe that whenever one black person is making it, I don't care if it's with a new restaurant, I don't care if it's in the rap game, I don't care if it's sports and athletics, whenever we see one of us doing well, the assumption is nobody else can. It breeds the competition, it breeds the animosity, and it breeds the sabotage. There's enough room for all of us. We have to transform our consciousness from one of scarcity to one of abundance. We got to convince every Black boy and girl in Atlanta and throughout the state of Georgia, you don't have to hate on another brother or sister. You don't have to compete with another brother or sister. There's enough for all of us.
I'm mad at Asian Americans because why are we so smart but so silent? What's with the silence? I suspect that if we opened our mouths, we would side with Black people and other brown people as the real American heroes. Yeah, we're brown, not white. But this would disrupt the white supremacy brainwash we're caught in. And deep down, we hate ourselves for siding with whiteness. We know they're wrong. Our silence is the sound of us hating ourselves. But that's the Squid Game trap that they set for us, an Asian American matrix that messes with our reality. And it's all based on hating Black people. You know, the ones we're all secretly trying to copy, even the white peoples. White supremacy isn't smart, but it's tricky like that. You like being tricked? I don't know any Asians who put up with that. We gotta decolonize ourselves and find Asian joy.
Welcome back, people, and please. Today, I just want us to be realistic about this. I just want us to be realistic about this because you can't tell me that God created some people to come here to come here to suffer. You can't tell me that there are some people who are just created to come and enjoy life, while there are some people who just came here to suffer. And that is how the whites try to confirm to the world or to justify to the world that the Black people were made to come and suffer. The Black people, the sufferings and the poverty and all these crises were made for the Black people. That's why you see when it comes in a point that they are being affected, they come out to cry much. They come out to shout. They complain much, and they feel like whenever something happens and maybe they are being affected, they are coming out complain, and they feel like the people of color are not complaining. They're like so silent over the situation. They feel like, why these people are so silent?
Oh, I do think that white people are absolutely jealous of Black people, specifically with the community, and also with like fashion and music and everything else that is appropriated. But by design of what whiteness is, it inherently lacks community, and I think we're absolutely jealous of that. And I've heard biracial people say that they do see that difference in their own families, because in addition to European cultures being more individualistic than cultures from Africa, South America, and indigenous North American cultures, the invention of whiteness in America erased a lot of ties to actual culture. So when I say like white people, Black community, I'm not talking about like Polish people or German people or Irish people. As I explain in my book, I just wrote the intro and I'm working on the conclusion today. Y'all keep me in your prayers. In the course of human history, white is a relatively new term. As we discussed in the introduction to this book, white is a North American term emerging from the 1600s as a term to justify the enslavement of Africans and squelch revolts from poor Europeans and indentured servants. Before this term, Europeans would identify with their nationalities. The Irish, Italians, Germans, French are all very different cultures. Thus, there is not the same communal tie to whiteness as there is for people from...
Why are they so silent while we as the white people, we are feeling it? You know, today when you come in Africa, there are some people who have not yet know the truth. What I know today, there are many people who don't know in Africa, the Black people. Because there are some people today, the Black people today, whenever they see a white man, they feel like they have seen their God. They have seen someone who just look like the God. Because we were told that God was a white man and the devil or Satan was a black. So whenever you see a white man, then you have to know that you are looking to someone who looks like God. So that's why you find that whenever a white man passes, he must take and capture the attention of the Black people because they feel so surprised to see the white man. And that is how it was created, and the people, even the white people, came out to admit to believe in that.
Low-key me, just minding my own business, walking to town, fucking kids in the hood. Adriana! Sakuna!
They believed because they were living under privilege, they were living under the white, under the system being providing to them, delivering to them, listening to their voices, fighting for them. So when it comes to a point where there are some things happening and they're being affected, they feel like now they're being oppressed, they're being betrayed by their system. They come out and start maybe to accuse the people of color of the problem that it is affecting them, the problem that they created themselves. And now, today, it is so grateful. I'm so grateful today presenting this video, because today the white people themselves are coming out to admit the truth. They are coming out to admit the truth that today, if they could have listened to the black people, maybe they would have not been facing all that they are facing today. Because today they are coming out themselves to admit that their self-destruction has just begun. Their self-destruction has just begun. I believe that you cannot keep on oppressing other people and you expect yourself to continue enjoying and living good life. It cannot happen, because even the nature responds to everything. And that's where the karma comes in, because we say, it is always say that whenever you do something bad against someone, you have to live knowing that that thing that you're doing against someone, which is bad, it will come a day, the same thing will happen to you. And even if it will not happen to you, but it will happen to someone across your lineage, it will have to follow your history, your lineage, and your generation. So the people, or the white people who enslaved Africans, are not the one who are living today. They are not living today. They are not existing. But their lineage are the one who are paying these sins. They are the one who are paying the sins that their ancestors committed to the people of color. So today, all that's happening in the country of America, in the country of Europe, in the country of all these great countries, which some of the people are looking at and feel like, wow, how can this happen to these people? Because we lived and we were made to believe that the white people are the superior. They're the superior. They cannot have problems. They cannot suffer. They cannot face some challenges, because all that we've been passing through, we believed that it was only meant for us as the black people, but not the white people. So whenever it happens, that's why you see today, as the situation is hitting much in the country of America, the whites are the one who are coming out in large number to complain, to cry out, because they are feeling like, why the other people are not complaining? Why are they not complaining? You have to know one thing, that these people that you are trying to address, that why are they so silent over these issues? These people have been oppressed for so long. They have been passed through the same life for so long. So they don't feel something strange. They don't feel something new, because all that's happening today that you are feeling is something that's been there for so long, and they have been feeling the same. They try to complain. For so long, they have been begging for freedom, for equality, for justice, but nobody came out to listen to them. No one came out to address their issues. So why today? Why now? Because today they are not coming to complain because they used to this kind of life. You are coming to complain because you never used to this kind of life. That's why you are seeing like it is something that is headaching you. So you cannot keep on oppressing other people and you escape, and you expect to go free. The God of black people who was there watching over everything that was being done against the blacks, he's the same God today is protecting them, and he's allowing some things to happen in the country of in the white people. The God today that we believe that he created us and he created all of us equal. He is the one today that he's fighting for these people who are enslaved for over 400 years, who has suffered in the hands of the people, other people who never saw their importance, who never appreciated their contribution, who never saw the importance of their existence. So, my good people, I started by telling you this, that today, let's just be realistic. let's try to be realistic. Today, we believe, and I always say that Donald Trump, I came across one preacher, the white preacher, I don't know his name, when he was trying to address the country of America and tell them that Donald Trump came to finish this mission of the America's destruction. Because after Trump, the trumpet will be heard, and it will be the end of America. Because Trump today is being seen as a threat to the country of America, to the white people, because many of them today are regretting even for voting for Donald Trump. But again, Trump is not bad. But all that Trump is doing is what the system has been doing always. Trump has never come out with the new policies. All that he's doing is he's trying to justify and push the agendas and dreams and visions that the system installed. So maybe Trump has just been used as a vessel to come and expose the truth about the whiteness. He has just been used to come as a vessel to prove to the world, to tell the truth as who truly the white men are. Because black people have been complaining always, and they were seen as the people who just like to cry out, to complain, but they are not ready to appreciate even if they're being treated well. So today, they're coming out themselves to admit their truth and to accept that they have been defeated. They are ready to surrender, because now today the situation is worse, and they are not ready, and they can no longer hold it. So, what's the next step? What do you think is the next step for the white people? What do you think will be the next step for the white people? I think I will not take much of your time. Kindly leave a comment. Leave a comment to the comment section. Leave a comment. Tell me, what do you think about this? What do you feel about these issues? Share, like to the Kenyan Explorer, so that I keep on moving together, speaking one voice as we speak things concerning African and the black people across the world, because we are here to speak and spread positivity across the world, the world and the blackness, because we are meant to be great, and we have to fight to regain our dignity and our greatness. Until next time we come and do the same. Thank you very much for being here. Subscribe to my channel, because I need your support each and every time I come here. May you be blessed wherever you're from. I love you and appreciate your support.